Trip tracks. E-F-F-B-E-E. So now it's FB Lounge. It's me, cake, bread, a bottle of liquor, my bitch, and a 4-pound. It's lights, camera, action, nigga, we on now. Stronger than the struggle, so we wore it down. And ain't nothing watered down, this shit live and direct. Niggas' names ringing loud.
But season 2 of FB Lounge, and to everybody who's a part of it, I really am feeling this whole vibe.
Talk about that then. For now, Lance wins the safe bet, so it's E-F-F-B-E-E-L-O-W-N-G-E.com, nigga. E-F-F-B-E-E. Smooth operator, operating correctly. E-F-F-B-E-E. With the checks and intellect, I'll make sure you respect me. E-F-F-B-E-E. Wow!
Hurricane to the fullest.
E-F-F-B-E-E. So now it's FB Lounge.
What's up, Brooklyn? What's up, world? Welcome to another edition of FB Lounge. As I'm here with my cohorts and shit. Wake up, wake up. Listen, off top, I want to give a shout out and a special show of gratitude to Fisheye Bar and Grill at 5913 Forster Avenue. And I want to shout out our sponsor, Nutcracker. Let everybody know this shit get bitches fucked up. Everybody introduce themselves. My name is Lance Wins.
I'm Kat Hernandez.
Mr. Red.
Felicia.
Adrian Alm, also known as Vape. You see the name, now you know the face.
You gotta speak up though, son. You gotta let them hear what you're saying. And Adrian like to get bitches fucked up. Anyway, listen. Today's topic is what's the difference between Mr. Right and Mr. Right Now? And what's the difference between Mrs. Right and Mrs. Right Now? In terms of describing it, like when you come across a woman, what are some of the things that makes you aware that she's not the one to be keeping around as opposed to the one to develop some type of further relationship with? And I'd like to hear Kathy's perspective on that too. So she can tell me.
Well, let's
Tell them why they hoes,
if she
Kat. Tell them why they hoes.
If she got like 5 baby daddy and 4 of them in jail, probably not the chick you want to have around.
That's too easy.
Probably the one you want to keep it
too
moving.
fucking easy. I like some of them bitches. They loyal bitches. They loyal bitches.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
But no, that's too easy. I mean, it got to be simple things. Like I walk up on a woman.
That's simple.
And I meet a woman.
Uh-huh.
And we politicking back and forth. There's certain things that are more subtle that kind of present themselves. And, you know, we always go back to it depends on what the guy wants and what he wants in his life and all that platitude shit. But speaking about myself, I ain't getting myself in no fucking trouble. Let Adrian say, now tell me what you think is Mrs. Right from Mrs. Right Now.
Mrs. Right, I say like good job, benefits.
Tell me, man.
So this
Good job with benefits.
This is not right now. She ain't got a dental plan. You know what I'm saying?
But Mrs. Right Now could have a job. But
Yeah.
I said Mrs. Right now.
No, Mrs. Right Now could have a good job with great benefits, but you just want to.
How do you distinguish between the two?
I mean, how to distinguish the two, I just not told you. Like, you got a college degree or, you know what I mean?
Those are Mrs. Right. Those are the ones.
Right.
But
They got a, you know.
Suppose she got a college degree and she got a thing for fucking a neighbor.
Mrs. Right and Mrs. Right Now both could have the same qualifications. Their resume could look exactly the same. It's a personality thing.
yeah.
That's
For
what it is.
Mrs. Right and Mrs. Right.
They can have the same qualifications. She could have went to school, got a degree, got a great job and everything. But, you know.
So what qualities is more person?
Yeah, because Felicia didn't have shit to say until you started talking. And her shit was to shut your shit down. That's what she waiting for.
They both can have great jobs, but if she's a dingbat, she's a dingbat. If she's only good for giving you good head, then let her be just that.
Well.
That's Mrs. Right.
Well then.
She can cook your dinner.
No, but I don't want her to just do that right now. I want that to last one.
Hey, relax with the dinner talk, okay? I don't be cooking nobody no dinner.
See,
I'm just saying. I ain't cooking nobody's dinner.
Look at right now.
That's right.
Go ahead.
So like I said, like all about characteristics. You know what I'm saying? Like what she bringing forth to the table. You know what I mean? Like also
For
a good one
example?
too. Just how she's saying like you know what I mean, having kids, You know what I mean? I think it's hard enough for a man to be with a woman that just has one kid. So imagine she has two baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that someone that you bring
Niggas in the
home?
living room like a
My
dentist
family
office.
judge. My
They can be
family,
right home.
my
Well-
family judge. You
And
know what
that
I'm
means
saying?
you're insecure within yourself
No.
and in her, that you
I
worry
leave the
about what
room.
other people
Oh,
think.
you hit the, you know what happens? You hit the personal nose string? You hit the personal fucking nose string? Listen, it ain't personal.
But I'm not just saying, like, he's passing judgment on people with multiple children. It's not, it's a personality thing.
Nah, but niggas don't want chicks with a bunch of kids.
No, it's fine. And we don't,
And
we
chicks
don't
don't
want
want dudes
men with
with
a bunch of kids. It's
either.
fine.
Yes, they do.
If a,
A lot of women will take it.
a woman,
Yeah, they know that nigga.
but what it is it's a personality thing. Yes, she may have no kids, but she is dumb as a, you know, she's
dumb as a
dumb.
doorknob?
Yeah, she's just freaking.
All right, so
don't care about
let's put on the table. So let's put on the table. Let's say the woman is intelligent. Let's take dumb off the table. Let's say she's intelligent. Let's say she's
She's intelligent, but she spends all her money and all your money. Now what? Is she Mrs. Right or Mrs. Right now?
You mad about this shit?
No, I'm not.
Tell me why you mad, son.
I'm just saying.
Tell me why you fucking mad.
asking.
No, but
There
I'm
are
saying-
many reasons. I could find a dude that's Mrs.
But some
Right.
women, yeah, all right. So some women are thrifty. Some women are, but then there's women that's cheap.
What are you looking for in a person? Are you looking right now?
Who, me?
No, I'm just general. If what are you looking for in a person?
me?
We all have a list of qualities that we want them to meet.
But that's what I want to know. It's like everything he say his qualities are. You're telling him he's wrong about his
I'm just
qualities.
saying, like that. Those. Some
That's
of those-
his quality.
Question is quality.
She's not questioning his quality. She's shooting down his quality because he got too fucking close to what she knows. That's what just happened. Now, all right. So, in your opinion, what's a Mrs. Right? What should a guy be looking for in a woman?
I don't. What is
Better
he
describe
looking for
yourself.
right now?
Better describe
I'm not
yourself.
gonna describe myself.
Okay,
If he's
good.
looking for, if he's looking for somebody that gives that.
But we
good
know what
head,
we
that's
mean by that. We
I'm
know
looking
Mrs. Right now is somebody we want to fuck and leave.
for. Exactly, and if she's
So-
gonna play her role, but you know these emotional women that want to cling on and.
What do
hang
you
on.
think is a good woman, though?
Red, hush your mouth. Give me the don't do that.
You're not gonna answer what you think is a good woman.
Same thing as good man, honest, honesty.
You're quiet now.
Oh, listen, listen.
They're
All right,
honest, they're
wait.
loyal,
You know what I do? You know what I do to get her to talk?
They're responsible.
Adrian, what's a good woman? this to get her to go in and shit. And I'm not asking Cat no more. She's gonna say, as long as I don't got 6 baby daddies and 5 prisons, we need more than that. All right, let's say I meet a woman, and
Why
there's
don't
certain
we go
signs.
by, okay, so here are some of the values: education, religion, family, bad habits. Do you drink? Do you smoke? Would you rather spend time in a club? Would you rather spend time at home with your family? What do you value? If those things match, then you're good for me. If they don't match, but maybe you're really hot
I'm
and
sorry,
I want to
shouldn't
take
do
you
that.
out, or I
I
want you
shouldn't
to
do that.
take
I
me
should act-
out,
no, I should
then
act
you
like
will
I
be
should
in
act like I'm
the
interested
right
in this shit.
this time.
No, I'm kidding.
That's Mr. Right, right?
That's Mr. Right?
Mr. Right now is
If
I
they
can't.
share the values, like real values that I like, that I want, then that's my Mr. Right. But if they maybe are good for the moment and not something that's a long term, maybe they look nice, they're willing to take me out and wine and dine, and I could,
So you
get a
summed it up?
date or whatever,
What we
that's
gonna
a
do-
right now.
What are we going to do for the next 18 minutes?
I'm sorry, you came over here, I
What
give
the
you
fuck
the
are we going to do for
info.
She cleared it all up. What the fuck do we do for the next 18 minutes? Get us another bottle and shit.
Look,
What I'm saying is
I
this,
told
though.
you I wrote the book on it. You're going to ask me
but
a
what I'm
question
saying
you
is
think
this.
I don't know the answer.
No, but there's subtle differences.
Of
So
course
if
there
I
are.
have a woman, right, and I'm, let's say I'm into her, she's smart, she's funny, she's educated, good values and what have you. Let's say she's not thrifty. Let's say she's a little bit of a spendthrift. Is that the right word? But I'm getting money. You know what I mean? And obviously this question is going to be one that doesn't have a definite, an absolute.
Well,
Because
it's
it's going to be different from different people. But what I'm saying is that because, you got dudes that like hoes. You know what I mean? It keeps them on their toes, whatever you want to call it. They like chasing this bitch around. They like driving around niggas' houses and seeing the bitches in it.
They like the drama.
Yeah, you know what I
Pretty
mean?
much.
All right, so since we got that in terms of Mrs. Right and wrong and all that, Mr. Right and Mr. Right Now. Because what that will do for me is make me know that y'all are interested in Mr. Right Nows.
I'm not, because I'm already got my Mr. Right, so...
What are we going to do for the next 14 minutes? Now listen, what was it about your husband that made you know that he was Mr. Right?
Just like I said, family value. Okay, first date.
Yeah,
I'll
now
give-
talk to
I'll give
him
you
and
some-
tell him.
I'll
Give him
you
some romantic
first
thing.
date, what I looked for on the first date. So we went out, and he's gonna hate me for putting my business up. we had a date set up. We were gonna meet, in a public place, something casual, because I wasn't sure. I wasn't trying to be like, let's go to dinner, let's make these huge plans. No, it was gonna be for a drink.
I see what we're gonna do for the next 12 minutes.
See how things are going.
See how we're about to spend this time.
then
Yeah, no, I'm kidding with you. I'm fucking
when we met, everything was cordial. The first thing he was like, you want something to drink? So I'm sitting there waiting. He's like, oh, you want something to drink? Are you okay? So that's the first clue. He
That-
was
what?
conscious that I had been waiting there, and then his manners and etiquette told him, like, hey, maybe she's thirsty. Maybe let me try to at
This was a
least
bar or
impress.
like
a lounge.
A
At
lounge?
least impress, at the
ask
first
bitches all the time if they want
moments
something to
of-
drink. That's the first thing I ask them.
That's a good key into your
I'm
conscious.
trying to get them
of-
drunk though. I'm trying to get
that's
fucked
what-
up. I want that shit
and that's
immediately.
okay. So then you got to keep investigating who this person is. So the more
Oh, shit.
conversation, the more pleasantries, and you just go off the checklist. And I had a little checklist.
What's the checklist?
Of what
Nigga,
I
get
like.
to the fucking checklist. Did she just tell us? Get to the fucking checklist. That's what I want to know. What's the checklist?
You bag your husband.
Good
What's the how I bag? That's the
conversation.
name of, no, plug your book.
Good. How I bagged my husband.
It's an ebook. Get the fucking money. Come on, get the money. My
It's
sisters are
available
awesome.
on my website, looksandloves.com.
Now back to the
It's
fucking
available on
checklist,
Kindle.
because-
It's available on iPhone.
Yeah, you gotta get the
but
money. You definitely gotta get the
iTunes.
money.
All right. So but that's my
I'm about to
personal
ask you to
checklist.
plug your business, but in a minute.
No.
We teach your kids to beat off.
So let me.
Go ahead. Okay.
Lord. So that was clue number one into what's good, right?
Yes.
That's like a positive thing. Okay, conscious of manners, etiquette, being out in public. He knew how to
Did he at
interact.
any time during the evening mention
But
his
listen
dick?
to me.
That's
No.
what I want. Did he mention his dick?
No
at any
penal
time?
involvement. No,
That's an
was it-
automatic no-go if it's a
Yeah,
first
totally a
date.
no-go.
I'm mentioning my dick.
Then,
Early.
then we just gonna be.
I'm saying 3 of us is on this
buying
fucking date.
drinks and drinks and drinks until I'm gonna get
3 of
back
us is
home.
on this date, and I'd like you to meet everybody. That's how that shit is going down.
You just
Listen,
silly.
but that's corny. You talking
You're
all that
corny.
fun. So the nigga walked up and he had a white horse and a fucking carriage, and it was a pumpkin, and get the fuck out of here with that. No, I don't even get the fuck out of here. I want you to stay real close. I just want that story to get the fuck out of here.
Okay,
That's
okay.
it.
So
Come
how
on,
do
it's
you know
fucking
what's
boring.
Mr. Wrong? How do you
Mr.
know
Wrong?
what's Mr. Wrong?
Mr. Raw, fuck your credit up. Nah, you know what it is? Listen.
That's Mr. Long-term wrong.
Nah, you know what it
I'm
is?
talking about how
You know what it is?
it right
There-
away.
There's dudes that build, there's dudes that destroy. So sometimes if you're dealing with somebody, you can kind of just watch their trajectory. Is your situation getting incrementally better, or is this shit getting incrementally worse? And whether that's your emotional state, or whether that's your straight up credit.
But those signs
You know what I
are very
mean?
subtle.
Do a nigga take your car, borrow your car?
But
Let's say
those
hypothetically you have to
signs
borrow
are
your car.
very subtle
Not
if you
everybody
don't
will borrow
pay
your car.
attention.
Right, but I'm telling them to pay attention to
Does
this
he
shit.
borrow your car and not fill the tank
That's
up?
exactly what I was about to say. Does he
That's
take
the-
your car in
that's
half?
the dude you don't
Does he take
want.
your car in half and bring it back under half?
Right.
You know, little shit like that you can see because dudes think like I don't want to. I remember a guy told me one time. My man told me. He said, "Listen," and I came home. I wanted to be real. Like, I want to fix everything now. And he told me, like, yo, you're not here to be Superman. You're here to help. You know what I mean? Because in this world, women are making money. Y'all are doing things. Y'all have upward mobility. It's not for a man to have to do everything anymore. Women have, you know what I mean, acumen, have stature. So we could help each other. So if I'm adding on, I think that's leaning towards a right way.
Yeah.
But based on our other show, I was trying to learn how to be a dude that bitches want to fuck. So I'm not adding on. I'm coming fucking
You're
shit up.
taking away.
You're
I'm
not a
ta-
surface-based dude. You're not a surface-based. You're more in depth.
See, that's what gets me into the trouble, though.
Surface-based and just chit-chat about the weather and stuff.
Nah, that's what I need to.
Yo, well.
Yeah, I don't need to talk about all this other shit. But just keeping that in that pocket. There's so many ways in which somebody could be adding on or kind of subtracting.
Yeah.
And that subtraction is signs, and I think it's the same thing with women.
But look, that's why I said habits, bad habits. People who maybe drink a little bit too much. You get it. Perfect timing, right? If you with
Everybody shit
somebody,
full of shit.
if you with somebody, and at the beginning of the relationship, maybe you're going out and partying, and in that scene
I'm
in
making
a
a
club
fucking
or in a
mess.
bar, the drinking is appropriate because it goes with the area
Every
that
ounce
you're
of drinking
in.
is appropriate.
I'm not judging you,
No,
honey.
I understand.
Don't, you ain't
I ain't
got
trying to be
feel
Mr. Right.
bad.
I ain't trying to be
You
Mr.
ain't
Right.
got to get all
Nah, I
up
don't
in
feel
there.
bad. I'm too drunk to feel bad.
There's
Okay.
people that come home straight from work and need to have a drink every day,
Right.
all day. That's all. Everybody.
Adrian, jump into this shit because they shitting on you. You been drinking this shit.
Those are signs of a no-go.
But
You're not
these,
Mr.
but these
Long-term.
signs sometimes are so subtle that you don't catch it right away. So you end up maybe a year later with somebody you really starting to see like, dude got a drinking problem.
Let me
Like,
tell you
it's-
my problem, though.
And then what happens is the same chick will be like, I gotta support him. No, you don't. You
No,
gotta
you
cut him
don't.
off
Yeah.
and tell him to go get some help, and then maybe work it out
But let me
later.
tell you my problem. Ladies who sit and, even in this conversation, and I'm not saying either one of you, I'm just saying in general, as we're looking for Mr. Right, Mrs. Wrong, whatever it is, we have to have a certain fortitude within ourselves. It's hard for somebody to judge Mr. Right if they're not Mrs. Right.
Yes.
If they're in a position where
Correct.
I have this saying that I say myself that it's a person can only see up to their eye level. So it's hard for someone who's not in a certain frame of mind themselves to be judging who's in a frame of mind or not. You know what I mean? And every time you ask a woman, not every time, but oftentimes you ask women about Mr. Right, like I said, the nigga's on he got a cape, he's on the fucking horse, the horse flies, if the horse don't fly, he can carry them, like he does it all. And they won't take a flaw here or there, or what is considered a flaw, certain shit that they actually have as part of their attributes is not because they're looking for the ideal. I guess why shoot for the moon?
One
like,
of the biggest,
land amongst the stars.
one of the biggest traps that people fall into in relationships and finding that Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, that they're a really great person, is attractiveness. You don't want to get with somebody that doesn't look good or isn't the finest looking person.
women think
but
like
they
that?
could be a great,
Women think like that?
hell yeah.
Women,
That's
yeah.
why there's like older
Majority.
women who don't have
Women
real
go for
relationships.
charm, though. Women don't give a fuck about who does
No, they do. They do.
Sorry.
Miss,
Gotta look good.
no, but
Trust me.
Mr. Right now, chicks will judge the looks.
How do you turn from a Mr. Right now into a Mr. Right?
Well, that's what they
You
try
can.
to
That's
do.
right.
Yes,
You
you
can.
They try to change.
That's where they're fucking up. That's where you're fucking up.
up.
That's where you're fucking up. Yo,
Right now.
yo,
and
men.
Mr. Right.
No,
say
no.
y'all.
You know what? They say women marry men hoping they change. Men marry women hoping they don't.
Don't change, right?
So when you're always going into the fucking mix trying to change somebody, like you said, you're gonna turn Mr. Right now into Mr. Right.
Knowing full well what I wanted and where I wanted the change to end up at. I went in looking at the end point, not the start. I wasn't trying to change you to the end. I wanted you to be there so I could catch up.
Do you agree that fucking women,
Yes, it's
you
true.
often change this?
Yes.
You're trying to change dudes.
Yes.
You do try, yes,
Yes.
you do try.
Why?
You do try. He,
That's
You never
the
figured out
nature
that
of
niggas ain't
women.
changing?
no, I mean, obviously
But
no.
they-
have
That's the
clock
nature
ticks.
of women.
That's what they care about. Their clock ticks.
Like,
So
and then
they don't
we-
have that time to be
What is
messing
clock
around.
We did,
What
we
is
put in
it?
a
You know that
certain
clock
amount of time. We
ticking
did
that.
our dues.
What the
Yeah.
hell is that? Excuse me. The clock is ticking for all parties.
No, but make that point. Make that point. Make that
Yeah.
point. Elaborate on that point because when you say the clock ticks, I want you to elaborate on that point.
Yeah, I mean, they're menstrual clock.
They want to have babies.
The what?
I said menstrual, but I shouldn't have said that.
You said menstrual clock?
I said
They want to
menstrual,
have
but
babies.
A menstrual
They're
clock?
at age.
That's
they're
a
age
monthly
about to
one, honey.
turn
Yeah,
out. They want to have babies, and they think this Mr. Right now that they done put in their time with. I've been with you for however many years. We've been doing our due, and now my clock is ticking. You got to be that one. I need you to change. I need you to step
Do
it
you
up. I need
believe?
you to do this. I need
But
you
that's the emotional thought. Do you believe you can change a dude though?
no.
A lot of women do.
I mean, I
A lot
don't.
of- Men-
I'm
look,
not gonna say
first
I've
of all-
never probably.
I think a woman could polish a dude.
Yes.
We can make
You
it better,
can
but
upgrade.
we're only
Yeah, I believe that.
for,
Yeah.
for the person
I believe
that
that.
he really wants.
I believe
We're
that.
only-
But
we're
you
only
have to
grooming
have
him.
a
That's what we're doing.
foundation that you want to fix. If you buy a dilapidated house, sometimes you just need to bulldoze it down. But sometimes
There has
it
to
has
be
a
something
strong
there.
foundation and you just remodel.
Right. Like me, in terms of doing this show, I consider myself a quote unquote, whatever you want to call it, talent or whatever, the person in front of the camera. So let's say a rapper is the person who's the performer. I'm a performer, let's say. There's certain times I want to stay in character. You know what I mean? So business-wise, I like somebody else to handle that so that those conversations can have the required diplomacy. Because I don't want to be diplomatic. I want to stay in my zone. You know what I mean? So I want to walk into the office with a fucking drink. I want to say, yo, what the fuck? I want to check. But that doesn't work. You know what I mean? So in the polishing aspect, there's a certain place where it's like you could lose yourself. Like women will try to change a dude to the point where he loses himself. And then who was created to be a leader, you've taken out of his leadership qualities and he's following you down this punk ass road of polishing.
Yes,
Women
it's true.
also.
I ain't with that shit.
I'm not.
Huh?
Well,
But
women
you gotta be led
Y'all
by
been
the
trying to
right
punish me on
woman.
this fucking set.
You have to
notice
be
that, right?
led by the right
I'm
woman.
not
If you're not
trying to
led in the right direction, it don't matter.
No, you're not supposed to be led by no fucking woman. See, that's where you're getting this shit twisted.
All
Women
right.
are supposed to be led by the man, whatever.
You're fucking
But-
right.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, if you guys initially got into something as this is what it's going to be, I'm going to see you at 9 o'clock every night or 11 o'clock every night, and that's what it is, and then over time, me as a woman wants to try and change that. Maybe I can change you and help you grow and become a better man. But initially, I wasn't the one you wanted to settle down with in the beginning.
I wasn't
So when
the
it
one.
comes down to the end, and this is what I want, he's not going to want to be with me. I'm going to polish him up, make it nice and great for her over there, because she's the one that he's really interested
And
in
he
to
got-
settle
yeah,
down.
yeah,
Not
I
I'm
feel
wasting my time because here I am trying to fix this dilapidated house or whatever it is, and
Tell us why you're mad, son. Tell us why you're mad. Tell us why you're mad. Huh?
Women do that all the time and waste our time.
She ain't drink none of this shit yet,
She
right?
didn't even take a sip and she's already.
Yo, next show, she ain't sitting next to me. Man. You gotta search her ass.
Each one of y'all can't say y'all never encountered a woman that tried to change you and make you this great man, and you
That's
didn't
what
want
women
her. You
do.
only wanted her for the right now. You didn't want her for the long term.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
Men
I can't
want
say I encountered
women
that.
for
I can't say I
sex.
encountered that. I can't say I
Men want
encountered
Miss right now for sex. That's it.
Exactly.
I'm too old for
They
that
will
shit.
time, but in the
With
women's time, what
a
women
woman
do,
just for
we
sex.
will look at a dude straight up and down, and we will determine where we will be with him in the next 6 months. We'll say, you know what? That's what we do. We look at you.
Yes.
What can you do for me? Where will we be? Are you marriage material?
Do you
We'll do that in
believe?
the first
Do you
5
believe
minutes of
that?
meeting
Do
you.
you, oh, go ahead.
What I'm trying to add is women tend to believe if that man doesn't have that certain characteristic that they settle, and they scared to settle. The whole situation. So that's why they see
But let me tell you
in
something.
that one situation, instead of being accepting towards it and realizing to make that relationship, you have to settle. You have to be accepting to what
No, you can accept certain things.
No, let me tell you something now.
Certain things.
No, but-
I can accept you like to watch your football every Sunday, but I will not accept that you don't have a job.
Tell him, girl. Yo, listen. Let me tell you something though. What happens is what also happens is I think that when women feel this, I had a friend that told me one time that her boyfriend and her husband now, when she met him, his family didn't come from much. My family always had, and she sat and explained to me how much she had to polish him, just using that word. But I came to realize, like, when you're in a relationship with a mentality that you did somebody a fucking favor, that the respect is already minimized. You know what I mean?
Settling is in the same sense of accepting. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. Like, okay, so he can make.
That you don't look that good. We could accept that.
I can accept you for what
Accepting
Sundays.
is, okay, I can deal with that. Like, you're going to sit there and so many women sit there and take away from that one guy that he did everything right, but he's just lacking in this one area.
What area
She
is
gonna use
that? What is that? A little
Then she meet-
pee, no job.
then she'll
What
meet the
is that
other guy.
one?
What is that area and shit?
She wants to know the
area?
size and.
No, I'm just saying, what area? What are we?
Welcome in, cat. Yo, I told you it was gonna happen. Fuck around with me, drink some more of that shit.
That we should accept
Drinking
that
nothing. I do not drink.
The area is just like you said, whatever your preference is. Just whatever your preference is.
No.
Because it could be major or
There
it
are
could be
things that are
minor.
of value and there are things that are superficial. So we can settle for the superficial because there's always dentists, there's always whitening, there's always, somebody get your hair done. There's a lot of things that we can fix up about you. But you got to have the motivation to want
It's
to
like
do those
when
things.
women sit there, right? So say she said that you wasn't the right one. If she goes out
She right.
and she finds someone else, right? Then months later she tries to contact you back because why? She realized what she had. That hasn't happened in your situation?
I don't know. She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me.
Speaking in general. This is in
Right,
general.
right.
That's like straight
Nobody never try to come back in your life?
But after she was with another dude? Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Tell them how you feel.
It does happen.
So you know what I'm saying?
No, but I think but that's a woman who doesn't. That's a woman or man who's not fully comfortable within themselves yet. Because if you can't realize somebody else's flaws, it's because you don't recognize your own. You know what I mean? And you're moving. Go ahead.
Grass ain't always green on the other side. That's true.
Right.
That's what it is.
I think it's greener, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. No, but I have seen situations, obviously, where you fall out with somebody and you'll reconcile or whatever. I don't really have a recollection as to who left. Sometimes it's mutual decisions. You know what I mean? I don't really remember being, I'm out one. I remember being cheated on, let's say. I was cheated on. So did she leave or did she want to keep fucking around? Like, whatever. We might have changed the climate of the relationship. Then she might have said later that, you know, I really made a mistake with that. I want to boost us back up. Because I had a conversation with one of my men, barbershop talking shit. Would you accept your woman back if she fucked another nigga? And everybody in the barbershop was like, yeah, man, you have to go through that sometimes, some Jamaican niggas. I told them I wanted one of them on the show too so I could put the captions under their shit. Yeah, man, you have to bring her back sometimes. But I said, yo, I don't know if I can eat that. Like, I don't know if I can, like, I can't lay up with you. Like, it depends.
But why? But you guys expect women to do that from time to time, though.
Motherfucking right.
Why?
Because I feel it's a man's right.
Women are more forgiving than men are.
You're supposed to be. It's, what kind of details does a nigga ask when...
You don't ask details.
Yo, son,
That's
yo, did he fuck you from...
Ew, why would you want to know that? You want to know that
I
so
wanna
you
go
can feel
throw
bad
up.
about yourself?
I want to go throw up.
That's how you lose
No.
Huh? I need the vivid picture. I need to write that shit down so I don't fuck around and fall back in love and forget.
No.
I need to read that
See,
shit. This bitch did what?
This is
Read
why
that shit 6 months
my
now.
rule for getting back with an ex is no. You wouldn't eat your own vomit. You don't get back with somebody you left. There's
He
a
ain't hit
reason why that shit
He
doesn't.
hit that fucking back wall. Bang!
You
That shit make a nigga come back.
That's a Mr.
Yo, listen.
right now, not a
Make
Mr.
the leg shake.
long term. So
Now, we said on the last show, women are much more skilled at that shit. Any nigga that think that a woman can't cheat on him, he don't know how good women
Right.
are at this shit. It's like cats and dogs. Dogs knocking shit over when they run through the living room. Cats is, you know what I mean? And one of the reasons why it's hard to take a woman back is because if you catch them cheating on you, they really didn't give a fuck about you. Because at that point, they were sloppy to the point. If a woman don't want to get caught, she is not getting fucking caught. If she wants to get caught, there's a motive behind that shit. She either wants to hurt you, or she's telling you straight up she don't give a fuck about you. So keeping her, she's gonna keep fucking. She's gonna keep, especially if the bitch know me. No, okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but listen, and that's not true what I'm saying?
no, it's exactly
Motherfucking-
true.
Yo, pop my collar for me, goddammit. Game, baby, game. Yo, listen, we gotta wrap this up. I was about to say 37 Deep TV. I always gotta shout out 37 Deep TV, but we are FB Lounge. My name is Lance Wins.
Kat Hernandez.
Mr. Red.
Felicia.
Adrian Orr, also known as Dave.
One.
Remember the face.
FB Lounge is brought to you by Lance Wins Presents.